What's going on, everybody? This is Brian Mazique, aka Unique Mazique, and it's my pleasure to speak to IBF welterweight champion Jaron Boots Ennis. How you doing today, Boots?
What's going on? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. It's so much happening in and around your weight class right now. A lot of gray area. You do have a fight coming up, obviously, back in Philly. It's in November. Can you tell me a little bit about your opponent? I know this is a rematch.
Mm.
Talk a little bit about your opponent, what you know about him, and obviously what you learned in the first fight and what you think could be similar, different this time around.
I mean, in the first fight that I had with him, it wasn't him. It was just more so with me. My whole mindset was I'm knocking him out. And you can't go into a fight like that think you want to just knock somebody out. I went away from me not having my fun, and once I go back to having my fun, it's gonna be another knockout. So I'm just go this next fight. I'm gonna go have my fun, put on the show. Not look for it, and not looking for the knockout. Just be me, be myself. As you see, when I went back to having fun, my last fight, the knockout come. Just don't look for it.
Yeah, yeah. So
And I definitely expect him to. He not gonna change his style. He gonna do the same. He might get a little bit more this time. Even though he tried to box the last fight and then went around. I feel like he's gonna try to gauge a little bit more this time. I feel like once he get touched, he's gonna be back on his bike. Like I said, it was up to me that last fight. It was things that I did wrong, not him.
yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, man. Like, it sounds almost like you talking about the fight with regrets. But if all of us who saw that fight, like, you beat the brakes off, bro, for 12 rounds. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? He didn't win a round. So, like,
Yeah.
you know, it's so I gotta ask, what made it to a point where you felt like it was necessary to do a rematch with him?
That was my manager. He been winning ever since before, and he became the mandatory. So
Yeah.
but, so that's how that happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I saw something that you posted on X. I thought was interesting, and I always kind of vibe with it. So I wanted to ask you about it. It was on Sunday. I think you had just came from
Mm.
church, and you was like, it was a good
Yeah,
word. I'm real
yeah,
interested.
yeah.
What was the word? What'd you get?
No, I just about having faith and believe, like basically believing in yourself, having faith and things like that. And always a great word. When I go to church on Sunday. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's like, do you feel like you needed that, like right now where you are in your career? Because like you made it very clear, and it was dope. Obviously, that you wanted to fight with Terence,
yeah.
you want to fight with other guys, and right now, I feel like you're getting what I would call, and this is I'm showing my age a little bit, but you're getting the Margarito treatment. So I don't know if I don't know, but Antonio Margarito was
Mm,
super avoided at one point in time in the like early 2000s. So it turned out,
mm,
when he got in there with a couple guys, he got handled pretty well. But for a while, nobody wanted to fight him at
mm,
147. You kind of that guy right now, but even
mm,
more because you've reached this championship level. So you feel like that
mm.
word kind of helped you right now and where you are?
I feel like every Sunday it be something different every Sunday that it helps with my lifestyle or just in general, and I feel like every Sunday it be helping me. So, I be that's a blessing. I'll be glad to go to church, every
Yeah,
Sunday.
yeah, yeah. I could feel it. I could dig it. So now, your I was looking, man. I was kind of like really like I know I've seen you fight multiple times, but
Mhm.
sometimes you go back and you look at like what somebody did, like that you kind of didn't even realize that they did. And I was looking at 2006.
Mhm.
I was like, this brother was fighting a lot in 2016. I was like,
Yeah, I, I was fighting like almost like every other week or something like that
I
back in
was
the
like, this is a
day.
lot of fights. So during that time,
Yeah.
what would you say you gained the most from a career standpoint during that earlier stage in your professional career?
I feel like when I was like coming out early like that, I feel like every fight that I was having, each and every time I was just getting better, like sharper, just staying busy was like keeping me on point, and just keeping me in the gym and just helped me develop my skill set now, and yeah, it was a blessing to be able to, but I had 8 fights my first year as a professional, and I turned pro in April
Yeah.
30th, 2016. I had 8 fights, straight through, and I probably could have had more. I think like 2 fights fell through. So, it was a blessing to be able to, fight that many times, in 1 year. Other guys wasn't even fighting. They was only fighting like once or twice. Like the guys I came up with in the amateur, they was only fighting like once, twice, maybe 3 times. We all had turned pro around the same time, and I was glad to be able to keep it going. They be like, "Damn, you fighting again next week?" I'm like, "Yeah."
And do you feel like that's something that like should be talked about more when like people they're promoting you? Is that like that workhorse mentality that was present early in your career? Uh,
Mm,
like kind of like, Boots got it out the mud, y'all. Like you gotta understand that. You do you feel like that's a
mm-hmm.
part of it that should be talked about more?
Yeah, I'm about to say yeah, because I've been grinding since I was a kid. Since I was a baby. My dad was a former professional boxer. Both of my brothers was former professional boxers. They both was ranked number one and number like 2 or 3 in the world. And now it's my turn. And they created this monster. They made me. And it's a lot that people don't know. And they always be saying they think such and such got more experience than me. No, they don't. I've been in this boxing game forever, and I've been fighting. I've been fighting. I've been training. I've been sparring professional fighters since I was like 12 or 13 years old. Like none of this stuff be new to me. And people don't understand it. So when people be like, oh, I think such and such got more experience than me, no, you don't. You don't. I fought everybody in the amateurs. I did it all. Like for real. It's nothing I haven't seen.
Yeah. So I had to ask you. I've heard, obviously, I actually had interviewed Terence a little bit right before the Madrimal fight, and I've seen like some of the interactions you guys have had. But I want to
Mm.
ask you yourself, why do you believe that Terence isn't interested in fighting you?
I don't know. You had to ask him. I ain't gonna lie. Like I don't know. At this point, I got to the point where I ain't even worry about it no more. Like my focus is on whoever in front of me, and I ain't worrying. I don't be worrying about whatever he got going on. I just stay focused on what I got going on.
Was it frustrating though? Like, because I know there's obviously mutual respect between you and him. Y'all, good fighters, great fighters know who they know each other. They see that I see this guy as this guy. That's if I'm really that guy, that's why I want to fight him. Was it frustrating though, as a guy 27 years old in the prime of your career, wanting to fight this guy who essentially either it's gonna validate me that you couldn't get that fight.
Yeah, he wasn't the only guy that I was trying to fight and trying to get. I was trying to fight him. I was trying to fight Earl Spence. I was trying to fight Keith there. I was trying to get all the guys. Sean Porter at one point. All those guys that was at the top. And I was trying. And that was my goal. That's how I was gonna make my mark. But obviously, it went a different way. So it was out of my hands. It is what it is. I'm gonna be great regardless.
Right. So, and that was actually my next question. So, when you get
Mm,
there at this point where you're at a place where you're where Terrence is now, you're a veteran, you've won
mm,
multiple championships. Probably at some point in time, you may even, be at 154, maybe even higher, winning
mm,
championships.
mm,
The way that pursuit that you had, will you take that into
mm.
consideration when the next version of Boots Ennis wants to fight you? Will you say, "Hey, I remember what that was like. I'm gonna fight this dude"?
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely remember that. And definitely give the people a chance. Give them an opportunity. If you think you're great, come see.
Yeah.
Come see what it's really about. I'm gonna be on that type time. We'll see. We'll see when everything happens. After I'm be undisputed at 47, 54, and I'm the cash cow and I'm the king. Yeah. If a young lion called me out, he gonna get it.
Yeah, yeah. You know,
especially if he had the especially if he had the, like the same mark where I'm at, or he already got a belt, or he at the top of the top. Definitely, for sure. You know, he think he great. I'm gonna show him, showing that
yeah,
you're not.
yeah. So Bam is on the card with you, and it's so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's so crazy when you see like a smaller guy like that has that dynamic punching power that way because it's so rare for the guys in the lower weight classes to have that one shot pow kind of power. Talk
Mm.
about like what it's like having him on the card with you.
No, that's phenomenal having Bam on the card. You know, that's a to me. I think he in my pound list. You know, I think he up there. You know, he a monster. You know, he definitely super nice. You know, and I'm glad he able to be on this card. You know, we gonna be able to swap fans, and he gonna get some Philly fans and the East Coast side, and I'm gonna steal some of his fans. You know, and we're gonna put on a show. We're gonna Wells Fargo gonna be fireworks.
Yeah, but now besides yourself, who would you say is your pound for pound like top five guys in the sport right now?
Besides myself, I don't know. It's too many guys. I ain't even gonna lie. I don't know. It's too many guys. It's a lot of great guys, but I definitely got Beam in like my top five for sure. You know, he up there. I think he went to he went to like 115, then he went down to 112, then went to 118. I think he did a lot. I feel like he should be high up there. You know, and he definitely either top three or top five for sure for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I understand. I think he's starting to grab a lot more attention. So I got one more question for you.
Yeah.
Really good friend of mine, Peter Kahn. He manages a guy I believe that you train with, Andy. Just turned the guy from Cuba that just turned pro. I thought he sparred with
All right.
you, Andy Cruz.
Oh, Cruz, Andy
Yeah,
Cruz, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can you give me what your impressions have been of him since you guys have worked together?
Andy Cruz, phenomenal fighter. He do. I feel like he can do it all. You know, he boxing. He's starting to sit down on his punches now. He's starting to get more knockouts. You know, he can box. He can do it all. He can move. You know, he got a nice. He got good timing. He got very good timing. You know, I tell you that he got very good timing. He's sharp. You know, and he going. I feel like he just every fight he getting better and better. You know.
Okay, so you got a prediction for your rematch with Karen?
Stay tuned. That's all I'm gonna say. Stay tuned. Don't miss. You know,
All
we're gonna
right,
have some fun with him. You know, we're gonna have some fun, put on the show, and don't miss. You know, don't miss his knockout.
because yeah, I'm gonna say because Bam might set the stage and he might set the standard. He might drop his guy and then you coming after him. You're like, oh man, I gotta knock this dude out.
No, yeah, no, we're gonna put on a show. Though we're gonna put on a show. We're gonna have some fun. It's gonna be explosive. You know, on November 9th. You know, it's gonna be an explosive knockout for me.
Yeah. Yep. Man, I appreciate the time so much, Boots. Man, I wish you nothing but the best moving forward. I know that there are just nothing but bigger and better things ahead of you in your career. And I pray that everything keeps working out as it is. And yeah, it's just, like I said, it's just been a pleasure to speak to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Yep, yep. God bless, bro.
I appreciate it.